guys, so I'm almost finished the press up program. This is my second to last day, and then I'll be testing. So in this video, it'll just show you what I do before the press ups. Hello darkness, my old friend. So I will just show you what I do to warm up. So yeah, usually I just do a skill thing, which is handstands, and then I'll go back into my press up program.
Handstands are the first things I do before I do any exercise. I keep my abs tight, my shoulders I press through the ground, I grip with my fingers, I keep my legs and feet together and slightly pointed, and this helps me keep balance. It's a skill I've learned over 2 months now through a process called habit stacking, and this is kind of ripped from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Really good book on productivity if you're interested in that. And I'll be making a video on what I've learned through doing handstands and how it's improved my physique and how much better I've got at it and the tips I can show you. But today, it's all about those press-ups.
Hey guys, so final day of the press-up program. I have 225 reps to get, and I have to do that continuously with 30 seconds to 45 seconds rest. Last day, which means I'm going to try my best with this and see how much I've improved in terms of endurance. And then of course I have the final press-up test that I'll be showing in a few days time after this, because I need time to recover then, and then I do my final test. So here we go, last day. Okay, timer start.
Okay, I write the reps done and I minus that from the number. That keeps me on target.
I'm on my last 25. I really started to fail here. My endurance was really giving in. Again, I'm going to beat my time, so I'm happy. But let's finish this off. I'm done. Okay. 225 in 15 minutes and 30 seconds. As it was my last program-like day, I'm very tired from this program now. We've been doing a lot of volume. I have to write in the last 13 reps, of course, to add up to 225, but it's done. Hey guys, so the end of the 6-week program. It's my test day now, and as you can tell, the progress is measured in quarantine hairstyle and untrimmed and unshavenness, but also hopefully in my numbers. So I am intending to get more than 30 reps of press-ups. That was my max last time, as you can see that I did last time. But now it's time to test it again. I'm hoping to get above 50. So this is a lot of hard work that I've put in. Let's see what we can do.
45 press-ups. That's the total that I achieved, and before it was only 30. So the program has pushed me to be able to do 45 press-ups now, which is an increase of 50% of my previous max, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. And after, obviously, I did some of my handstands and accessory exercises, but now that the program's done, it's time to rest. So there'll be new videos, new content now. But now I'm going to give you a bit of a review of what the program was, what it was like for me, and some points.
Okay, so that's an improvement of 12 reps. I expected more, but I feel like even though I did 42 now, they felt a lot easier than the 30 did. So I stopped at 42 because I knew my form would break. However though, I feel like in a week's time or so, when I've rested even more, maybe I'll be able to get more. However though, by the program, I've improved by 12 reps from 32. I'd add that number back into the program and repeat. However, as a disclaimer, we've done a lot of reps using this program, a hell of a lot. And I think it's important now for us, myself mainly of course, to rest from doing press-ups for a short time. Of course I'll do press-ups every so often, but nowhere near as intense as this program was. I need some time for my chest to fully recover, because at the moment my chest has got very good at doing press-ups, but I've been doing so many of them that if I do much more than the 6-week program, it could result in a lot of tension in my shoulders, in my chest. So it's good to change the exercise a little bit. So with that being said, I'll be learning new skills to do with the handstand. So the program's done. My takeaways from the program are quite simple really. Schedule your time well. There were a few days in the program that I pushed the press-ups back quite a bit because I didn't feel like doing the press-ups on the day. I was aching too much and I didn't really schedule my time properly. Sometimes I do the press-ups earlier on and sometimes later, so I'd advise choosing a specific time and sticking to it.
So avoid pushing it further back. The press-up shouldn't feel like a massive workout. It should more or less feel like a routine, just like you brush your teeth in the morning, you take a shower, you do hundreds of press-ups. It sounds kind of silly, but towards the end of the program, that's how I felt. And that really got me quite efficient at doing the press-ups, and that was my goal of the program, to get better at press-ups. There are a few tips I could give you with the press-ups as well, because the press-ups themselves, because we're doing so much, we have to think about them in a certain way.
I would say that you should aim to shorten the rest time. That's what I feel like has benefited me the most with press-ups. Usually for gym programs, rest is absolutely vital for building muscle. However though, this program's more or less doing more press-ups and getting more proficient in the press-ups, so minimizing the time lets your body get used to press-ups as a natural movement, and you get really conditioned to doing press-ups. Your mind mainly, not really your muscles, gets programmed to do press-ups efficiently. Now that the program's over though, I think it's finally time to do the washing.
To summarise the program, the intensity increases using 3 methods, and it's in a linear fashion, so it just goes up. Number 1 is the reps, and that's based on the max that you've done on the first day. Then the rest time is decreased. Hopefully your body's getting conditioned and getting used to doing press-ups, therefore you can rest a little bit less than you usually would. And also the reps are broken down a lot, allowing for you to do as many sets as you want to complete it. And finally, the times per week are increased. These 3 methods are what we're using to grade the intensity and increase it.
Okay, so this is my program that I've been basing around progressive overload. That is the gradual increase of stress on the muscles and the nervous system. Okay, so I made an error last video, so this is a re-upload. Shout out to Eric for noticing the calculation errors I had in the previous video. It didn't correlate directly to the program that I made. The numbers still increased and the concept was still the same, so if you watch the previous video, the concept still stays the same, but the numbers were wrong. So you'd first get your max number, whatever that is. The program now is going to times it by 4. Times it by 4, and that's going to give you your first and second week. Then, the next third week and fourth, it's going to be times by 1.5, which will then give you your third and fourth week. Finally, it's going to be multiplied once again by 1.25. That's going to be the last 2 weeks. Now, this program isn't for the light-hearted towards the end. It does require you to be doing press-ups 4 times a week with an intensity that you have never worked out before. However though, that's where the change comes in and that's where your body gets adapted to it. So stick with the program. Thank you, Eric, and yeah, have fun. Okay guys, so we've done our program, so now it's time to rest, and then after I've sufficiently rested, because my body's been under a lot of stress, I can then start another program. And who knows what it will be next, but I'm sure to post it soon. Final thoughts. The program will make you better at press-ups, 100%. Your press-up reps frequency will increase by a hell of a lot. You'll feel a lot more conditioned. My shoulders felt like they improved the most. So there are certain body parts that will you'll feel improved more than others.
Well, thank you very much for either doing the program or just watching the video for information. This should show you quite clearly how a program can be made through a linear progression, and also how programs are made with different variables and different rubrics you can measure it by. This program was just about getting better at the press-up. Quite an intense program, but hopefully you've learned something from it, and maybe you can incorporate this into your workouts, or maybe in fact plan your own.